Clearly, the operation is tactically successful. Israel was able to hit Hezbollah hard, starting a few weeks ago and up until now. So the operation is seen as successful by most Israelis and by me and by the military command, which doesn't mean that the operation is about to end. It doesn't mean that Hezbollah is on its knees. When the IDF said we hit 250 targets, my next question will be, out of how many? So, the numbers are impressive, and clearly the IDF is doing something in Lebanon and is gradually destroying a lot of the infrastructure that was built in Lebanon for the last 2 decades. But we don't yet see a situation in which the IDF can withdraw back to Israel, or a situation in which Hezbollah says, okay, you win, we'll lose, we give up on the fight and, go our separate way. The instructions are for Hezbollah fighters. Did they get the order to stand up and put up a fight? Or maybe they got the order to withdraw, to hide, to lower the profile in order for Hezbollah to survive this round in which the IDF seems to have the advantage. Maybe all they want is to preserve what they can preserve and wait for another day. That's a possibility that we must consider, and that's why I think the current stage of the fight isn't going to, we aren't going to see an end to it very soon, because the IDF will need to pursue the Hezbollah fighters and will need to make sure that Hezbollah didn't just move to a different place and is reorganizing itself for the next day. The third point that we need to take into account is that the IDF now is fighting with few restrictions. It has the backing of the people. It has the backing of the government, and it is, apparently, it is well prepared for this fight. We know that for the IDF, for many years, Hezbollah was the main target of preparation. Some people even say that the fact that Israel weren't prepared enough, that Hezbollah is an able fighting force, that they have a lot of, infrastructure and material and resources. Resolution declared that fighters of Hezbollah will not be able to be near the Israeli border, will not be able to build infrastructure that is aimed at the possibility of attacking Israel, concerning its attempts to avoid civilian casualties. But when you fight a war for over a year now, and in such mixed areas, bad things happen. I'm not trying to defend misbehavior, certainly not misbehavior of soldiers, if there is one. There are errors, and there always will be errors by commanders, and there are casualties in such war, more than necessary. The remedy for it is quite simple. If Hamas were to renounce the fight and decides to survival, when you fight for your own survival, you must take into account the fact that you need to guard as much as possible civilian lives, but you cannot just quit the fight because of the risks to civilians on the side of the enemy. Israel declared publicly that it's going to attack Iran in some way. It declared that the attack will be significant, but the definition of significance is quite tricky. We don't know what Israel is about to do. I think that the Israeli government will have to make a statement